So a lot of the new MCU projects that are part of the Multiverse Saga are causing many fans to put a lot of hate on, the Multiverse Saga. And I think it is a lot of undeserved hate. I think the hate isn't deserved. I can agree with some of the hate and the backlash on a few projects that I'll get into later, but a lot of them I don't think deserve it, and I think all the fans are overreacting a little, which have caused a big debate on YouTube and other social media platforms about, is Marvel in trouble, and is the future of the MCU going to be bad, and is it in trouble, and is it, should everyone give up? And my personal opinion is no one should give up on the MCU. It's going to be amazing. I've always been a Marvel fan, and I always will be. I'll never give up, no matter how bad it may get. I think it will come out strong. The start of the Infinity Saga, let's admit, there were a lot of projects that weren't great, especially in phase 2. We got Thor the Dark World, that has a lot of hate. Iron Man 3 gets a lot of hate. Avengers Age of Ultron used to get a lot of hate, but everyone praises the Infinity Saga, which it deserved the praise, don't get me wrong, but there were a lot of underwhelming projects in the Infinity Saga, which fans seem to forget, and now go into the Multiverse Saga thinking that every project is going to be amazing, when we're in a transition period with the MCU, I guess. With Avengers Endgame, it feels like fans are expecting that level of content to be like Avengers Infinity War and Avengers Endgame, which obviously we can't expect that, because projects like Quantumania, the other projects we've gotten with Phase 4, they're not going to be as big as Infinity War and Endgame, because, well, they're not that type of level projects. They're more projects like, the first Iron Man film, or the first Captain America film, or the first Thor film. These projects we're getting now with Quantumania and, some of the other projects that get a lot of hate, that have been getting a lot of hate recently. I feel like they're just beginning, and it's just the beginning of the Multiverse Saga, and it's just setting up the greatness of what we can expect later on in Phase 5, and obviously Phase 6 with Kang Dynasty and Avengers Secret Wars. This is all just setting up the future. There's going to be a slow period in the MCU, because, like I just said, it's setting up things. And Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania does get a lot of hate, which is not deserved in my opinion. I think it was a good movie. I think fans were expecting too much from it. I think Kang was great, and it sets up the future, and it shows us what Kang may be in the future, and what his variants are going to be like, especially in the post-credit scene. Some projects I can agree with, Thor: Love and Thunder and She-Hulk, I guess, are two projects that were very underwhelming. I felt like they ruined the God Butcher storyline with Love and Thunder, which I thought was going to be great, coming from Ragnarok. She-Hulk, we don't really need to talk about that. She-Hulk was just a disaster, which I think even Marvel could admit themselves. I think Miss Marvel was a good project, especially showing that it does set up it does set up some things for the Multiverse Saga. Shang-Chi was a good movie, which, everyone says, coming out of Phase 4, there were movies that Marvel fans consider their favourite MCU movies, with Shang-Chi, Spider-Man No Way Home, Black Panther: Wakanda Forever. I thought that was a good movie, setting up a few things like Thunderbolts, Captain America: New World Order, and a few other projects that are coming out in the Multiverse Saga. But yeah, there's a lot of things to be excited for in the future of the MCU, in the Multiverse Saga, Phases 5 and 6. There are a few projects that we can be excited for. I think Echo is probably a project that is probably unnecessary, but we'll have to wait and see. I think it's more building up the street level side of the MCU, more than a multiverse scale level movie. But yeah, Spider-Man 4, we can be excited for Spider-Man 4. I think that will be great for Kang Dynasty, seeing that Spider-Man's going to have a big role in that. And yeah, there are a lot of projects that are holding a great, they'll be massively important for the future of the Multiverse Saga. I think they'll be great projects. We're coming out of a COVID period as well, where a lot of these projects were made in COVID. WandaVision was great. Everyone loved WandaVision. Loki Season 1, where we get Loki Season 2 soon. Everyone loved the first season of Loki Season 1. So yeah, there were a lot of projects in Phase 4 that everyone loved, and they were obviously an odd few that people disliked and thought were bad. Some of the CGI in a lot of the projects weren't as good as they used to be, but like we said before, COVID and a lot of other things had a play in that. And I know it's Marvel Studios, they should be doing better, but they were rushed during that period as well, and I think they have learnt from their mistakes now, and I think they're going to be doing things a lot slower and a lot smoother, as we saw a lot of delays happening recently in the MCU. But yeah, we're going into the future, and I think we can be excited. There's been a recent departure in the MCU as well in the VFX department, so I think that could be bad news, could be good news. She was in it for 17 years, so I think she was given a promotion recently. So yeah, I think there are a lot of things to be excited for in the future of the MCU, and a lot of the people saying that Marvel is in trouble, I don't think it is. I don't think you'll ever be in trouble, because I think there's a lot of projects to look forward to. Daredevil, Born Again, everyone is excited for that. Kang Dynasty and Secret Wars, everyone's excited for them. And this is all just building up to, the big ones at the end, which I just said, Kang Dynasty and Secret Wars. The start of the MCU was slow. I think a lot of fans, the start of the Infinity Saga got a lot of hate, but when the Infinity Saga got into it, everyone loved it. Everyone loved Phase 3 because we got so many good projects. Phase 2 gave us some good projects as well with Winter Soldier. Personally, I think Age of Ultron was really good as well. But yeah, tell me what you guys think. Do you think Marvel is in trouble, or are you back in Marvel like me and think it's going in the right direction? There are a few projects that, like I said, they obviously know they failed with, and they can do better, and I know they learn from their mistakes. So yeah, I think there's a lot to be excited for in the future of the MCU, and I think it's at the moment it's in a good place. I think they're going towards a good place. In my opinion, I think it's going towards a good place for the future projects. So yeah, let me know what you guys think about the future of the MCU, and I will see you in the next video.